So this is how I have been trying to grow a vegetable garden in my little studio apartment. The past while I've been really into just like minimalism and sustainability, so this seemed like a good next step towards that, being able to grow my own food and just sort of experimenting with this sort of thing like gardening. It's something I've always been into in theory, but I've just been really bad at it or haven't been able to try or thought it was way too difficult to try. So assuming this works out in the end, my plants are still very young, then yeah, this is how you do it. So this is my little setup. I guess I will take you through all the different plants I actually have at the moment. So starting at the bottom, these are still just seeds that I planted a few days ago. They haven't actually sprouted up yet. I forget which ones are which. I know that two of these are cilantro, and then there's one more. I can't remember what it is. It's possibly also cilantro, I don't know. But it takes a little longer to sprout than some other ones. This is broccoli. Actually, I'm just gonna turn off my grow lights for this because it makes it a little harder to see. So this is broccoli. Up here we have kale. This is more kale. I have a lot of kale. It grew like really easily and quickly. And since this is my first time doing this sort of thing, I doubted that I would be able to actually succeed in growing that much kale. So this way I have a lot of backups, I guess. So yeah, that's also kale. Back there we have, I want to say radishes. I should have probably written this down, yeah, because they have like the pink sort of stem part. Those are radishes. These are also radishes. More kale. These are actually carrots. That is also radish. You can tell by the pink stem. That also looks like radish, I think. That is a broccoli. They take a little while to grow. They sprout almost as quick as the radishes, but they take a while. Now onto my top shelf here. I use a lot of just like old containers like these from cottage cheese and yogurt because I eat a lot of that. This is more kale, as you can see. I just sort of put holes in the bottom for drainage, and then I use the lids as little trays. This is more kale. These ones aren't doing as well for some reason. They're kind of droopy. A lot of them, as you can see. Like, they look healthy enough, just kind of droopy. So these ones are starting to kind of go up towards the light, which is good. These are broccoli sprouts. These are like really new seedlings. I planted these at the same time as I planted these. So you can see the difference in how fast certain ones sprout. Actually, now I can't remember if these are broccoli or radish. I think these sort of thinner ones are broccoli and the thicker ones are radishes. And then up here, really close to the sunny window, I have a little cilantro. He was starting to also be like a little droopy, so that's why I put him in like the prime spot up here near the window. I do live in a very small apartment. I don't have a lot of like lighted areas, so I kind of use a combination of like the natural light and the grow lights. Like when they're doing well, I'll put the plants down here, and if they start to get sort of droopy, I'll put them back up here where they can get some natural light as well. But the grow lights, they were really cheap on Amazon. They were like $40 or something. And they do seem to work pretty well because I can tell they do something because the plants always curve towards them. So that's pretty cool. I also got this shelf for my plants. It was like $45 as well for soil and stuff. I just use this. It's like $3 something a bag. That is actually a bag of it's like this organic fertilizer stuff, but I put it in one of those bags because the bag broke. That was a bit more expensive. It was like $12. Seeds were like really cheap. I just got these from the dollar store, so I think they were like 70 cents a few of them. I also have gardening gloves. I use this old water bottle as like a watering can because of the small spout. It lets me really easily control how much water they get. I use these bowls. Yes, they're paper, but they're biodegradable. I made sure of that. And of course, I'm actively like reusing them when I want to make new seedlings. I got these plant food spikes also from the dollar store. Don't know if they do anything, but I know that certain plants like broccoli need like a lot of nutrients to grow, so I thought that would be important. I mean, yeah, that's about it for my setup. And also I have an orchid and this ivy. Some of it's like sort of crispy because I replanted it recently and got rid of all the dead parts because I had been overwatering it for a really long time, so a whole bunch of it died, but I put all of it, there used to be 2 in one pot, and most of it seems to be doing a lot better. So I have this little cactus thing here. These are just some old flowers that someone gave me. And yeah, something else that I'm doing is I'm trying to make my own like compost type thing in this bag in my fridge. I keep it in the fridge so that it doesn't get all like, you know, smelly and gross and stuff. Oh yeah, in this little pot of kale, there's a few cilantro here as well because when I went to replant like the seedlings, the roots were just so tangled up with the kale that I didn't really have any choice but to just leave them. So I will probably post more updates of my little garden in the future sometime. So thanks for watching.